Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Funny Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're going to be showcasing one of the coolest items in Don't Starve Together, probably one of the best items to actually get, and it's not really an item, it's actually something that you can only find on an island. If you know what it is, you probably are going, okay, of course, it's very obvious what you're referring to, and that is our trusty, handy-dandy Stonefruits. But where the heck do we get Stonefruits from? If you watch some of my previous videos, I've probably showcased them a few times. I talked about how amazing they are. But let's talk about how to get there. Out at sea, you're going to notice there's a ton of rock formations, which in the future will probably have a lot more biomes. I don't know about right now, but we have a few things. We have the little monkey island, and we also have the actual moon. So the little lunar island. And yes, that's basically it, other than Pearl's little island too. Okay, so as we decide to look around there, we've noticed that our maps, and I've talked about this in another one, our maps are kind of cut off, almost as if somebody took a pair of scissors and sliced them on the edges. That is how we know that the map is basically indicating that the moon biome or the lunar biome is over here. As you can tell, if we were to connect this to here and this to here, it fits in perfectly. Well, kind of perfect. Anyways, as war talks, we don't even need a boat. But of course, normally you would need a boat to discover it. But if a friend in the server discovered it, or if you discovered it already, you can go ahead and with the right amount of souls, just teleport right over. So of course, I have the right amount of souls, and here I am. On the lunar biome, I'm not going to talk much about the lunar biome, but of course, if you want to find out more, we can tell you in another video. But this video is basically dedicated to letting you know how amazing Stonefruit bushes are. So first things first, you can do one of two things. You can go to the Stonefruit bush and you can pick off all the Stonefruit. Or if you want to be awesome, you can also dig up the Stonefruit, just like you would actual berry bushes. Now, for now, this is a thing, meaning you can take Stonefruit bushes. They are really awesome and they actually provide lots of goodies. And we're going to talk about how good these things really are as we go through the process of actually collecting them. So as we go ahead and dig more and more of them up, we're going to gather all the other stuff too and make sure that we continuously get as many as we can. What I usually suggest doing is treat the Stonefruit like cactus, as if for some odd reason, well, obviously cactus you can't relocate, but if for some odd reason the cactus burns up or whatever, you want to make sure that you don't take them all just in case accidents do happen. So for example, if you're in a base and somebody accidentally sets your Stonefruit bushes on fire, or you do or something like that, you don't want to risk losing them all and starting pretty much from scratch unless you get really, really, really lucky and you go down below. But we'll talk about that in another way, how to get Stonefruits back if they're all gone. So now, if we go through the process of actually collecting them, which we did, we have 10 Stonefruits now, and there's still quite a bit left out here, and I'm not going to dig all of them up. But we got the idea. We have 18 Stonefruits that are already actually inside of these stones. So how do we get them out? Well, we're going to showcase that in a second, as I'm going to give myself a few more souls so I can pretty much teleport back home. Actually, you know what? Let's just stay on. No, let's teleport back home. It's probably the easier route of doing things. Okay, so now we're back home, and we can go ahead and, by the way, I'm in creative mode in case you're curious how I'm getting all the stuff. I don't need to have a science machine down, but for the sake of making myself look like I have a little bit of a base, why not? So you take your Stonefruits and you put them down and you just plop them right down. But just like anything else, it needs to be fertilized. So what I would recommend doing is making sure that you have some good fertilizer, poops preferably, or rot is fine too. Then once you actually go through the process of fertilizing them, it won't take very long until they start to replenish and give you Stonefruits. Now, the Stonefruit trees actually, or bushes I should say, have a few variations. One is the process of them actually growing the actual Stonefruits. Next, it goes into the process where you can pluck the Stonefruits. But then before you even know it, that turns into actual brittle Stonefruits, or another word for it, but I forget what it is. Basically, where when you pluck the trees, it actually causes a bunch of dust to fall from the trees rather than Stonefruits themselves. So, once you pluck through the ones, and don't feel bad if you accidentally pluck through the ones that are actually just dust, it's not a problem at all. Okay, so now we go through the process of actually mining the Stonefruit, because yes, they are stones. So now we go through the process of doing that, and we're going to end up with a few things. One, we will get ripe stone fruits, which is the food that we can consume. Also, we will get the rocks, which is obviously just good too, because we can always use rocks for multiple ingredients. And now we get our ripe stone fruit and also a chance to actually get a sapling of a stone fruit. So even though you're all going through the process of consistently moving them over from the lunar biome and bringing them over here, well, now we have a small chance of actually getting a sapling, which does not even require you to actually, none other than, fertilize it. And it's a bonus that it will never unfertilize as far as I can tell. I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's true. Meaning that when you plant the sapling, you will not need to actually go through and refertilize it later on. If that is true, please let me know that in the comments, because I'm pretty sure it is. I probably should have checked somewhere in the wiki before actually saying that, but I don't really go off the wiki that often. Okay, anyways, so that being said, why are stone fruits so amazing? Well, for warthogs, on the other hand, unfortunately, everything is halved. But for the sake of this video, where am I located? Right there. I'm going to teleport around just to show a few things because, of course, everyone's stats are different. And as you know, Warthog's stats are obviously cut in half for any type of healing and food. So if you can imagine what it will be, well, guess what? We're going to teleport over here. We're going to drop our little stone fruits on the ground, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to switch back to playing as Wilson. Wilson just got the new update, so why not, right? All right, welcome in, Wilson. Here's your dinner. Enjoy. And guess what? Now we're back at 12.5 hunger and a little bit of healing. Now, stone fruits have a different variable to them. This is something to keep in mind. Why they're so awesome? Because they actually have 1 unit of veggie, meaning they can be used for basically amazing recipes like none other than a pierogi or anything that requires a veggie. It's a fruit, but it's actually classified as a veggie, so it belongs in a ton of veggie dishes. I don't know if Clay will ever change this. If they ever do, it will bring down how good these actual stone fruits are. However, they're still amazing to just consume by themselves. If you have the amount of trees that we have, which is 10, you will be getting plenty of food consistently and all year round, so don't even worry about that. So as it continuously gets you more and more and more, you can basically keep all the stone fruits because it's never going to spoil. That's right. You could leave a case of your stone fruits before smashing them with a pickaxe through all year and basically just smash them up whenever you need filler or whatever you might need to do. So rather than bundling wrap, it's like a way of things getting bundled up. Pretty awesome, right? So yeah, that is just a small portion of stone fruit stuff, but I just want to showcase why they're so amazing and how to get them. Of course, the normal way of actually doing it is by a boat, but if you do discover it once as Warthogs, you can just teleport over there really quickly and teleport right back. Now, teleporting there with Warthogs, if I was over here, probably would only cost me about 8 souls to do though. I would, get them all up and then, of course, teleport right back. But because a normal character would actually go through the process of taking a boat across, just be careful when you come back. Other than that, everything else, just feel free to ask me down in the comments down below. Keep in mind, stone fruits are awesome, and they will continuously be awesome unless, of course, you accidentally burn them down. And that is why stone fruit is probably one of the best resources to get in Don't Starve Together. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.